Hello everyone, my name is Jessie and welcome to Plot Twists. So today I'm going to be doing my February TBR. Continuing with the trend from last month, I will be showing 4 books that are more like possibilities. And tune into my Instagram mid-month. If I'm having a decent reading month, I'll be adding more things in at that point. But here are the 4 possibilities for February. The first one that I want to talk about is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. This is another fantasy mythology retelling that I got from Book of the Month. It's been on my shelf for quite a few months now. I just finished reading Circe though, and Ariadne is mentioned within the context of Circe, which I thought was really interesting and definitely made me want to pick this book up. I adored Circe and learning more about the mythology kind of behind it, so I figured that this is a pretty good companion to that, seeing as how that's kind of how I was feeling in the month of January. So I'm anticipating this being one of the first books I pick up this month. The second book that I'm intending to pick up in February is The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the sequel to the Inheritance games. So I won't go too into detail on this. I'll talk more about this in my wrap-up. But I did read the Inheritance games last month and absolutely adored it. So I actually went out and purchased the second book so that I could go ahead and continue with the series. This centers around our main character of Avery, who basically just has her entire life uprooted one day when she inherits a fortune from some guy that she doesn't even really know. And of course the main plot of the first book is, why was she inherited? Like, what exactly went on here so that she inherited all of this money and not any of his grandchildren? The end of the book is a pretty solid plot twist that I really enjoyed, but there's also a lot of loose ends that I'm hoping this will wrap up nicely. So yeah, looking forward to this. The next book is something that I talked about on my January TBR, low-key on accident. I had intended to mention the Inheritance games and talked about this one instead, but I am legitimately planning to read this in February, and that's Roxy by Neal Shusterman. Kind of talking about my future booktube plans, but I am intending to do a tier maker video for all of Neal Shusterman's novels. I need to read this one, and then I have one series I have left to read that I want to read at least the first book of before I do that particular tier maker video. But I really enjoy his writing style, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one. Just to give a quick overview, I know this talks about the opioid epidemic, and it centers 2 characters who are dealing with this epidemic in 2 very different ways. I also believe that, like, there's a God type character involved, but I don't know a whole lot more than that. Definitely looking forward to this though. And the last book that I wanted to mention this month that I'm hoping to read is Beach Read by Emily Henry. For my understanding, this book is about 2 authors that write completely different genres of book, and they get into a challenge to write in the other person's style, thinking that it's super easy. I've also heard that this is an enemy to lovers romance story, and I'm really excited for that. I'm also intending to buddy read this with Ian from Out of This World Reader. If you haven't checked out his channel, I highly recommend it. A lot of his channel is really fantasy focused, and his content is excellent. So if you haven't checked him out yet, definitely do, and I'll leave his link in the comments down below. I'm super excited to read this one. Okay guys, so there are the first 4 books I'm starting my February TBR with. There are many other possibilities that I might get to in February. I am hoping to soon get to From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I did recently pick that up, and I'm super excited to get to it. Everlost by Neal Shusterman is also a February possibility, depending on how the month goes. Also possibly The Love Hypothesis. Heard great things about that too. So those are just some other things that might pop up later in the month, depending on how this reading goes. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon down below for notifications. I try to post videos every 5 days, but definitely no more than a week. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye!